All right, everybody. I just got done watching the new Flash trailer a couple of times, and I took some screen grabs that we're going to look at here, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the trailer and where things are kind of headed. And if you haven't already, you do want to subscribe. Please subscribe. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will be notified as new videos go up. And it is going to be very important to be subscribed because I am going to be doing very possibly more than 3 videos a day here in the very near future. And this is my second video of the day. There's already 2 other videos I want to put up, but I'm probably going to wait until tomorrow. And there may be more DC stuff that comes out today. So it's going to be really important to be subscribed and look back to make sure I have not posted a new video because YouTube will only promote 3 videos a day. So let's talk about the trailer and let's look at some of these screenshots. And first of all, let me explain a little bit about the trailer. It starts out, you could tell that they are heavily banking on Michael Keaton, that this is more going to be a Michael Keaton film than it is a Flash film. I think they have bastardized the Flashpoint storyline, and instead of giving the fans what we wanted, they're giving us what the studio thought was going to bring in money. That's very clear by the trailer. And it's sad that we're not going to have Jeffrey Dean Morgan in there as Batman's, dad. That's who it should have been. But instead, they want to, try to catch up to what Marvel was doing with Into the Spider-Verse. And honestly, I think Michael Keaton's the only good thing that this movie has going for it. So it starts out with him talking about how he'd been Batman and his parents, his trying to get not revenge, but trying to make his life better, that his parents kind of drove everything that he did his whole life. There's even a part in there where he does the whole, let's get nuts. I'll show you a picture of that here in a minute. And it goes on to show that Barry gets there and screwed everything up, and he's got to try and fix it, and does enlist the help of Batman and Supergirl. And the special effects look awful. I'm not going to lie. I was willing to give it a chance, but the special effects in this trailer, there's one portion where I took 3 stills. One of the most awful looking scenes. People talk about where the money went. Snyder did not skimp on special effects, and the reason his movies looked amazing is because he spent the money on it. And that's why those movies didn't make as much as the studios wanted, because he was willing to give the fans a great experience, whereas DC is now about the spectacle, and they don't really care about the special effects, and they're going to give us mediocre movies, basically. And let's take a look at some of these photos. Now, we're going to see if the studio will flag this. I don't know if they'll flag this or not. Warner Brothers doesn't like people to share their media for some reason, and I don't know if this will get me in trouble, but I'm not actually showing the trailer because they definitely don't like that. But here's a really good look at the suit, and there's another picture in the next frame. I'm not really digging this. It looks like rubber. It honestly does look like rubber, and that the way the mask over his face looks, I'm not a big fan of this. I thought it looked better before, but getting a good look at this, his original suit in the Zack Snyder's Justice League was better than this. They're definitely cheapening it, which is weird. So here's another look at the suit where it's got the lightning running through it, the yellow lightning where he had just stopped. Again, I'm not a fan of this. I just don't like it. It looks very cheap to me, but that's just me personally. Some people may love it. I just think it looks cheap. Here's the scene where Michael Keaton does say, let's get nuts. He's very calm when he does it, but you get a little bit of a look at the suit there, with him without his helmet on, his cowl. Now, I'm wondering who this is in this scene right here. I've seen this in several of the trailers, and a lot of the stuff in this trailer was recycled, and it does look like, that almost looks like Clark, like what they did when they brought him back from the dead. Like, that's how he was buried. But I wonder if that's Ezra, and this is how they give him his powers back, because when he does travel back, he's going to lose his powers. And I'm wondering if this is how she gets his powers back to him, by having him get struck by lightning. I just don't know if that's the case, but that's just a weird. It does look like Henry Cavill to me. Now, this was a pretty cool shot in the trailer where Batman's kind of in this. I don't know where they're at. They're in this kind of a underground walkway, and these military people are shooting at them. This is probably when they're going to get Supergirl, and they start shooting at him, so he turns around because his cape can deflect the bullets to protect. You can see the Flash there in the little corner. Now, this is an example. So the next few photos are the examples of the horrible special effects. That looks freaking terrible. The explosion does not look real. Batman looks composited on there like this. Now, I'm glad that his suit is not blue like they had it in the original trailer. I actually got the action figure from McFarlane in the mail yesterday, and he is black. And he's not gray, but he is black. This is more representative of the black that we would expect. But, yeah, this just looks terrible. Like, they've had so much time to work on this movie, like they couldn't get it to look better than this. Here's the shot that looked the most ridiculous. They just came out of, I think, the Batwing, and they were dropped off, and they're sliding across the ground. And notice that Barry, the one from the Earth 1 is on the left, and then you've got the other Barry on the right. His suit looks ridiculous on the right when you get up close, but none of this looks real. Like, look at how bad they look. It looks like it is definitely computer generated. It looks like a cartoon. It does not look real in any way, shape, or form. And even when you're watching it, the way they slide, it just looks terrible. It's bad. It's bad. I was willing to give the special effects a chance, but not anymore. All right, so honestly, after the other trailer, the first trailer that came out I thought was better. This one just had a crap ton of Batman in it. Like, they're definitely banking on Michael Keaton. I did not like the special effects that we saw in some of these shots. To me, it looks quite ridiculous, to be honest. My enthusiasm for the film has dropped a little bit, to be honest with you. I really don't know how this movie is going to be received by the general audience. A lot of people showed up for Black Adam. They were promised Henry Cavill was going to be back. Then we had Shazam 2, which tanked because word got around of what happened to Henry Cavill. The studio finally admitted this the other day, that the fact that James Gunn's reboot has affected these films. So now you have this coming out, and they're spending a crap ton of money to promote it now, more than they did Black Adam or Shazam. They're promoting the crap out of this film all of a sudden, and the embargo on it is going to lift later today when they finally do show it at the CinemaCon. And it just, man, what the heck is going on? They're trying to bank on Michael Keaton, and this is supposed to be a Flash movie, not a Michael Keaton film. But they are banking on that nostalgia and that people are going to run back just because it has Michael Keaton in it. And I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder if this will even break 600 million. It might worldwide, simply because it is going to get released in China and stuff, but I just don't think this is going to make the money they think it's going to make. And that's a shame. It really is a shame they're turning their back on everything that's been built over the last 10 years. And this is what they decide to do. This movie's been in production hell, basically, for a long time. Went through so many different directors, so many different writers. And I have a feeling that this is just not, I don't know. People say it's an amazing film, but it remains to be seen. I'm still somewhat, I've got a little bit of hope that it's going to be good, but I'm not expecting it. At this point, I'm just not expecting anything from DC Studios. I'm just going to go see it, and if it's good and I'm pleasantly surprised, great. But they have really destroyed all the enthusiasm going forward, and that's pretty sad. All right, if you guys have seen the trailer, what did you think? Let's talk about it, and I look forward to more information that comes out, and I will be doing more videos, so stick to my channel, and you will be notified. I do appreciate it. See you on the next one.